Hi, I'm Matt. Today's video lesson is about using questions with the present simple tense. We use questions in the present simple in everyday communication, so let's learn about this together. Here's my brother Jeff. You've not met him before, so let's ask him some questions and get to know him and look at his responses. What do you do for a living?
I work as a manager for a marketing company.
Where do you live?
I live in London.
When do you finish work every day?
I finish at 6 p.m. on most days.
Let's look at the questions and responses, and let's focus on the underlined words. What information do we know about my brother? We know he works as a manager, lives in London, and finishes work at 6 p.m. on most days. The first question begins with what, and it is asking information about my brother's work. When we use the expression do for a living, it means what job you do or what your profession is. When you talk about a person's job, it's something that someone does most of the time. So we use the present simple tense. The second question begins with where, and it is asking information about where he lives. Again, where a person lives is talking about the usual place someone lives. So we use the present simple tense. The third question starts with when, and it is asking information about the time he finishes his job. The time someone finishes their job for most days is usually the same. It does not change. So we use the present simple tense. So what are questions in the present simple tense? And when do we use them? A question in the present simple is used to find out about facts and regular actions that happen in the present time. You make questions in the present simple when you need to find out more about someone's habits and routines or facts and information about something. Let's look at some examples. Do you live in Madrid? In this question, the person asking the question wants to know if the person does or doesn't live in Madrid. This is a yes/no question or a short answer question. In the answer, the reply will be yes or no. What do you eat for lunch? In this question, the person asking the question wants to know some detail about what the other person eats for lunch. When does Dave wake up in the morning? In the final question, the person asking the question wants to know a specific time about when Dave wakes up in the morning. Let's move on. So, how can you make a question with the present simple? Let's take a look at an example from before. Where do you live? In this example, the WH question word is first, followed by the helping verb to do. After that is the subject pronoun you, and the base form of the verb live. Look at the table to see how WH questions are made. This is the first way we can make questions with the present simple. Let's look at another example. To find out the name of a city someone is from, we can also ask, which city do you live in? In this example, the WH question word is first. Then it is the noun city, followed by the helping verb to do. After that is the subject pronoun you and the base form of the verb live. Look at the table to see how WH questions followed by nouns are made in the present simple. Let's take a look at some examples. What time does Jason have breakfast? Whose pen do we use? You can also make yes/no questions in the present simple. For example, we can ask, Does he live in London? Yes, he does. In the yes-no question example, the helping verb does is first. This is followed with the subject he, and then the base form of the verb live. Look at the table to see how yes-no questions are made with the present simple. Do I live? Do you live? Does he, she, it live? Do we live? Do you live? Do they live? Here are some examples. Do you like pizza? Does she travel by car every day? Let's conclude. Now you can make questions with the present simple. Today we learned how questions are used in the present simple and asking WH questions and yes-no questions with the present simple. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.